Alright, for this first project, you're going to need a tin can. I am showing you guys how big this tin can is with the size of my hand. It's approximately 8 inches tall, so it is a fairly large tin can. You're going to need some tin snips, is what I think these are called.
What,
you also want to
child?
make sure
That
that your
is
tin can doesn't have
rusty!
a lip around the top edge. You want it to be like a flat edge. That way you're able to cut pretty nicely with the tin snips. So I'm going to start with this line right here and just follow that line. The initial first cut is not that bad. You just use a little bit of a pressure and it will just cut it. Well, the thing is you can't really go all the way down just because the flexibility of the tin, I guess, is kind of hard. So what I end up having to do was go ahead and move on and do my next cut. And I just like kind of spaced it out how I thought I wanted each strip to look, I guess. If that makes sense, like for what we're making. So it's about like half an inch, I would say. And I just kind of went around and cut all the way around. So then after I was done, I was able to kind of push these and move them around and then cut all the way down, all the way to, and we're stopping about an inch from the bottom. So then after that, you want to basically just keep doing that and go all the way around the 10. After every strip is cut out, we are then going to start bending our like strips into the shape that we want to create. From this point, you could leave it like this and create like a cool like sunflower. That would be really neat. Or you could create the Moroccan lantern that I'm going to create in this video. So we're going to start by bending each one individually, kind of giving like a round ball shape with, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just bending them upwards, and I'm making sure that I do give a little bit of a bend on the bottom to create this like, almost like a weird S shape. So you could go with the S shape that I'm talking about, or you could just do like a C shape, which would be just be from, straight from the top, curve around, straight to the bottom, like a C shape. Right now it looks like a C shape, but once I'm done, I'm going to show you what I mean by S shape. Okay, so I found this like piece of wood that's really bendy, and I'm not even sure where I got it, but if you guys can figure out anything else, like if you find something that you're able to use, I would just go ahead and use it. Maybe like an old circular frame from a mirror or a picture or something like that might work. Something circular. You could even use like a big plastic lid and cut it into like a circle shape. Do you want something that's kind of flat in a way? That way you're able to hot glue all your pieces onto the whatever you're using. Because this is like a trash to treasure video, so I can't really give you a specific item. Just find something from the trash, okay? I do want to point out, I was hot gluing this, and it just wasn't staying. So you gotta really hold it on there for like a while before moving on to the next strip. It just wasn't staying for some reason. And also, the metal gets really hot. So, yeah. And we just cut it, so you gotta be careful not to cut yourself on the strip next to like what you're holding. Because, I mean, that can be a little tricky without, but I did end up cutting myself a couple times, but they weren't too bad. I was able to just wash with soap and water and put a little band-aid on, and it's fine. Okay, so now I'm just showing you guys like the first layer. The inside was not as clean as I was hoping it would be, so I end up going around it again and actually did it 2 more times just to kind of really hide the little metal pieces that are kind of poking out. So once you are all done, we're going to take it outside and spray paint it gold. That's the color I chose. I just thought it would look a lot nicer and not like a tin can. that's cut up and bent into shape, if you know what I'm saying. So yeah, after it was spray painted gold, then let it dry, and it's wide enough to fit pretty large candles inside. And so put whatever favorite candle you have inside there, light it, and you have a really cool lantern, Moroccan inspired. I actually got this idea from Jay Monet. I don't know if you guys watch her channel, and I'm sorry if I butchered your last name, honey. But I love watching her channel, and yeah, so she inspired me to do the same. I literally said in the comments, I was like, girl, I'm gonna do that. So I had some rum chata that I had for my birthday on Friday. And I'm actually gonna it's gone. So I've washed the bottle, it's pre-washed. And all we're gonna do is spray paint this really pretty like terracotta color. I have like an orangey red color I think we'll do. So I'm gonna go find it and go ahead and give this a quick spray paint. So this is the color I was mentioning. Let's see. It's called Satin Cinnamon. Might have to give this a couple layers and let it dry in between each layer. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Yeah. Okay, I'm back with the bottle of rum chata. I gave this a good 3 coats, letting each coat dry in between. You can kind of still see like where rum chata was. Can you see it on the bottle right there? But that is okay with me. It's covered. So now that it's this gorgeous, and it's not very matte, it's a little shiny, but also my flash is on, so it's not like too bad. But this looks so freaking cute as like a vase. So I'm gonna like decorate it a little bit. So I figured I could just like put some twine and wrap it around this top half. That way you're just not really able to see like where the cap was screwed on, if that makes sense. Okay, and how I'm gonna wrap that is actually just take like a long piece of twine here, about 4 feet long or so. And I'm taking like the piece like this, and I'm not sure what knot this is called, but we'll let this piece hang like about here. That way we just have like something to pull. And then I'm actually gonna make like a loop like that. Then at the bottom is where I'm gonna start wrapping. And you want to wrap the loop in to it, like that. Oh, there is like a chunk. I don't. So let's try that again. Like make your loop, and then we start wrapping. And we're trying to hold that loop down, you know, with our wrapped twine each time we go around. We're going over that loop, getting the twine as close as possible to itself here. And you want to make sure when you're going around, like make sure, see like there's a little gap here. We want to like try and push the rope over that. I don't know, it's not that big of a deal. Okay, so once we get towards the top, and I think this looks pretty good, like we're getting up there. We're actually going to put this little piece like into the loop, and it doesn't matter like which way, just like put it in through that loop and hold it down. And then we're going to pull that string we originally started with to pull this string down behind these strings we just wrapped, if that makes sense to you guys. Now what we're doing is basically not having to use glue or tape or anything. We're just tying this on. And I'm also trying not to scratch my new bottle up, just because, you know, it's spray painted on there. It can easily come right off of glass. But yeah, I'm really trying to pull this through really hard. But you don't want to go too hard because we don't want this to come all the way through. We kind of want to stop in the middle, like right here when we get this, if that makes sense. sense to you what I'm trying to say? I'm gonna really have to. There we go. I felt it go in. Did you guys feel that? The vibrations that it made? 'Cause I definitely felt it. I mean, it hurt. Alright, so now we have like our little pieces that are pulled very taut. You know, it's tight. That is tight. Tight, 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 tight. And I'm trying to get this like up and down as straight as can be. And I'm just going to trim off both of the pieces there. And then I'll be able to just kind of push that little teeny piece. We can just push it in with the scissors. Just so it's, you know, hidden in there. You want to try and get towards, you know, one of the sides, like that this will be the back. I think I actually want this to be the back because of so we're going to turn it this way and just kind of, you know, it doesn't look too bad, right? So this is the front side, this is the back. Then I'm going to just put some beads or something on it and then some palm leaves. So this project's pretty easy. I literally gathered some sticks from outside. I cut up this bush that needed pruned anyways. I'm gonna trace out some like cardboard, like some thicker paper, maybe, yeah, like cardboard. And then we'll go around like maybe an inch, kind of around the mirror, over the mirror. And then I'm gonna cut all these to, I think, the same size. And then glue these directly to the cardboard and line those up right up against the mirror, just so it has a really clean finish. And these, I think it'll overall look a lot nicer. So let's get into that. But I'm just taking an old box and I want to go about, like I said, an inch all the way around. Now I had cut out the cardboard and that was a little tricky, but I did get a little bit over an inch actually, maybe like an inch and a half away from the mirror. And I think that will make this a lot more sturdier, like to glue the stick onto something instead of the edge of the mirror, how it was hanging on like just the edge. So this will actually be a lot nicer, and I'm just gonna go ahead and glue the mirror down to the cardboard. I started cutting up the sticks to make them more even and placing them around the mirror, and I think this is looking professional looking. I don't know, I really like the look of this. I'm gonna go ahead and start gluing some of the pieces down onto the cardboard, just around the mirror. The cardboard would kind of be hidden with the sticks, hopefully. I'm also going to try and space it out so it's like some big ones and then some small ones, kind of alternating.